Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel where we're doing a Jeep build series on the TJ. This is going to be episode 3. Alright, so today we're going to be wiring the DRL and turn signal lights. I've already started on the left side, passenger side. I have the turn signals figured out, so I'll show you how those are working, and then I'm going to show you how I wired them. There's not a lot of good videos out there that I've been noticing. I've been looking at a lot of videos to see what type of wiring I want to go with, and to be honest, a lot of the videos are on JKs, and the wiring is not 100% the same. It somewhat is, but it's somewhat not. But a lot of the TJs, practically the people do them and then kind of just show you a picture of it or video of it and then expect you to know what to do. So I want to take you step by step on everything that I've been doing and have done already, explain to you step by step, and see if my video explains a little bit better on how to wire the DRLs and the turn signals than the videos that are already out there. Alright, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what you're going to need to wire the DRLs. We'll get into the turn signals after I finish the DRLs. So you're going to need a fuse top. This is what it looks like. There's two or three different sizes depending on your make, but you're going to need the one that has the red and the triple H and the ATM on the bottom. That one's going to be for our 97 to 06 Jeep Wrangler. Alright, so that's one thing you need, and then if you don't have any extra fuses, use some 10 amp fuses. Also, you're going to need a 16 to 19 gauge wire, red, because depending on what type of headlights you have, you're going to have 2 wires. After you do the initial connection for the low and high beam, you're going to have either a yellow and a white wire or a red and a green wire. Mine happen to have red and green, so I'm doing red to red. And that's how it'll be. If you have white or yellow, it's going to be red to white. And then if you don't have any, you're going to need some, these wire cutters, strippers, stuff like that. And you can get yourself a nice little kit at Harbor Freight. This was like $9. It has all the female and male connectors, disconnects. It just has all these little things. It has zip ties. It has ring terminals, butt connectors, female disconnectors, just a whole bunch of different clamps and stuff like that that you'll need if on this, if not eventually if you're going to do any wiring. So it's just $10. Goodbye. In case you drop anything, magnet, always good to have. Alright, so we're going to get into next on how I started. Alright, so first off, what you're going to have to do is remove this little glove compartment, which you just pull it down, and then there's like a little loop right here that you just pull out so you can remove the whole thing. So this is where what you're looking at here is the fuse tap, and then the 16 to 19 gauge wire that we talked about, and they're connected. So you took this right here and you're going to connect it to this. You're going to take the end here, a piece of the end on this, strip it like with the strip the end of it like about maybe like not even like a centimeter or so. You're gonna put it into the blue part, and then you're gonna clamp that down. And then what I did is I just electrical wired it. That's a tight connection right there. So then the rest of this wire I have right here. So what I did is I just shoved it down the side here, and I ran it all the way down here. I'm gonna go to the other side and show you. Alright, so just a little recap before we move on to the next part. Your fuse tap is gonna be connected right here into number 10, which is cluster. It's gonna be on the second row, third fuse. There's a little diagram on the glove compartment once you click it out or take it out. Then I put in 2 10 amp fuses on the side, and that's gonna be able to power your DRLs without without them staying on all the time. So when you put your key in the ignition, you start up, those lights are going to be on, and when you take your key out of the ignition and your car is off, the lights are going to be off, so it doesn't drain your battery or anything like that. So then, you connect it to your red wire, you electrical tape everything, and you're gonna shove it down here. This little piece, like, you're not shoving it in the back or anything like that, you're just shoving it down here, and it's gonna come and drop out here on the floor. Just push it through until you see the red wire start hanging down here, and you grab it and you pull all 25 to 50 feet out, however many feet of wire you got. Mine was 25, so I pulled it all out, untangled everything, and then I moved it over to the other side. Alright, so the wire, I shoved it all the way down there, and it's gonna be loose. It's just gonna be on the floor over here. You just gotta pull it all the way through, and then what you're gonna do is just, like, tuck it on these little plastic things right here. Get it up out the way, so it's not underneath the pedals. I've seen people do it really sloppy, but I like to have everything tucked out of the way, so I won't be able to see it, or so eventually I'll put a little bit of tape there, keep it in place. That's really all you have to do. And then what you're gonna do is there's gonna be a compartment all the way back here, a little hole that has already wiring going through it. What I did on the other side was poke the little hole and push this through. So you're gonna grab, it's better to have at least 2 people, but I'm sure you can. I didn't do it alone, but I'm sure it can be done alone. You're just gonna push the wire through and have somebody else grab it on the other side, or push it through until you think it's through, go around the side and check if it's on the other side, and if it is, just pull it all the way through. So you're gonna pull all 25 feet through until you can get this up here nice and tucked. You're gonna have your wire up here coming out, so it's gonna come out from there, from the other side, and you're just gonna keep pulling through the little hole back there that I have right there until you can get it nice and tight and tucked up out of the way so that it's not on the floor. And it's gonna look like this from the other side. It's gonna be coming through this hole right down here, and that's the little hole that I created for it. And you just pull it all the way through, all the 25 feet, make it nice and tight. I have it zip tied to this, and then eventually you're gonna cut it off because you don't need all 25 feet, since your connection that you're gonna be connecting to is right there, that little red wire, which that's gonna be the DRLs. So snip it, measure it. You're gonna take it and measure it, see what works for you. I always cut off a little bit more than I need, just in case. You don't want to have less than what you need, because if you have less, you either have to connect another part, which is going to be a pain, or you're going to have to remove all of it and redo it, which no one wants to do that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is wire up this the DRL for this side first. So I'm going to show you how to do that exactly with that, and then this is a female disconnect, so I'm going to grab a male and connect them. But I'm going to show you how you do everything right now, and then we're going to take this wire once I have everything connected, and we're going to run it that way because we have to connect to that other headlight over there. So this is 14 to, I believe 14 to 19, but for some reason it works on the 16. So I'm just going to grab this right here, twist around, pull, and you have a little bit of wire coming out. I'm actually going to get a little bit more than that. Alright, so I always twist these up every time I have it. It should be more than enough. We're going to come and to get our little case here, I'm going to find a little male connection.
A few moments later.
So it's going to look like this, because the other ones that are in the light wiring already look like this. So this is the female and this is the male. Inside there, this little red wiring, you're going to connect them together like that once everything's wired up. But one is already in here, so you just need this one. You're just gonna get the wire, push it through. Twist it if it doesn't work. So once the wire is like that, you're just gonna hold it in place, and you're gonna, these are colored so that you know which gauge it's for. You're just gonna grab it, squeeze the back first, grab it and squeeze it so that it doesn't come out, and then squeeze the front too. Sometimes it's a little annoying. As long as it doesn't go nowhere, it's smushed in there. So now we have that in there. Nice. I'm gonna take it, connect it into the female part. Give a good push. Sometimes it takes a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm not gonna electrical tape anything just yet because I'm not done. I have this wire over here, which is the rest of the 25 foot that I cut off from that side. I'm just gonna take it and run it all the way through. I'm not sure exactly where I'm gonna place it yet, but I'm just gonna place it somewhere. I'll have it all cleaned up eventually when I'm done. I'm not gonna cut anything just yet because I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with everything just yet. But most likely I'll be splicing both of these ends, grab another piece, connect these two ends together, splice this one, and then have it connected to that, and that should power everything. But I'm no wire engineer, so let's see if this works. Alright guys, so I did end up running the wire tucks like hidden because I didn't want my engine bay looking, you know, ugly with all wires. So put it through this hole, pushed it down there, grabbed it right here, and then just worked my way all the way through here, and then put it up this hole right here. So now it'll be nice and neat out the way. I'll just run it down a little bit. Once I have everything measured out and cut, then I'll know exactly where to place it and put it. But we're gonna splice this one really quick because eventually I'm gonna cut this probably in a little bit, just because I have to figure out what I'm gonna do. But let's splice this really quick because I know I'm gonna have to get it spliced anyways. I'm gonna do a little bit more than I need just because I'm gonna be twisting the wires together to make the connection. That didn't work. Sometimes there we go. I'm probably gonna give myself more than I need on this, just because I don't want to come up short, empty-handed, and I don't want to have to do it again. Cut. Gonna take this wire away real quick, get it out the way, and then do a little measuring. These wires are going to be connected together. I'll show you really quick what I mean by that. Probably have to zip tie this back a little bit. splice that one. I'm gonna use this one so you don't throw away that piece. Like this. Grab that. So we're going to be making a connection. These ones are going to be together. I'm going to take one of these connectors over here. And probably the blue one. Want this nice and open. This one too. I'm gonna grab them together and twist them together. Just like that. So now we're gonna put it in this right here. As good as we can. Make sure it's in there. And alright, so now that we have this connected, they're twisted, they're in the butt connector, we're going to take this and splice this end now. So that this one is nice and exposed. We're going to end up doing both sides on that one, but I'll do one at a time. Because now I'm going to take this and place it in this side. Shove it in there, make a good connection on both ends. I'm going to take this, and remember it's like it has the colors for the gauge that you need. So this one is blue, we're going to use the blue dot in the middle. Gonna take it, open it wide enough, and then clamp down on one side. Do this side first, make the connection, and then I'm gonna take it, put it on this side, and make the connection. Squeeze it as good as you can. If you want, you can do more. I believe the end parts aren't really as important because they don't have the metal in them. The metal in the middle is the most important part. That's what gives you your connection. Alright. So we got that all nice and that. We're gonna take some electrical tape. When we're done, after we're done like testing everything, see if everything works, then we'll worry about electrical tape and all this. So now we're gonna get another male connector because the red one over here, they're all female, so we need another male connection. Alright, so we got one right there. I'm gonna take this end right here and splice it. Sometimes it takes, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. And twist them up. Place it through. Squeeze down on the back. Now I'm going to squeeze down on the front. Give it a little tug, doesn't come loose. And then I'm gonna take this, plug it into the red. Alrighty, there we go. That's the connection. So now what I'm gonna do is connect the negative connection on the battery, and then we're gonna see if we start this up, if the lights turn on the way that we want them. Alright, so now I'm gonna connect this. Remember, anytime that you're gonna do any type of electrical work, you need to take off your negative battery connector or terminal thing from the battery so you don't electrocute yourself while you're working on the vehicle. And also, when you put it back on and take it off, there's always going to be a little spark, so just make sure you're careful with that too. So we're gonna tighten this up, just in case you didn't know. It's 10 millimeter. Get that nice and tight. Alright, now we're gonna see if it works. Let me give a cue. That's how you do it, guys. It didn't work, but it did. Lost the daytime running lights. Has nothing to do with the low or high beam. Now none of the lights are on in the car. You can see the little side signals, they're not on because the lights aren't on. This is just the DRLs. That's good. Everything looks good. We got nothing going crazy over here, no sparks. So I just gotta clean the wiring up, and then I'm gonna show you how to do the turn signal. Alright, see you then. Alright guys, now we cleaned everything up by putting zip ties on here. Have it nice and out of the way. It doesn't need to be disorganized. But now I'm going to show you how to wire the turn signal so that when you put your turn signal, it will show here on the headlight as well as your side marker. So what you want to do is take out the screws right here and pull it out. So what we're going to be looking at is 3 wires for the connection. So it is opposite on the other side. Your black is going to be your ground. The white and yellow is going to be like your consistent light when you turn on the first light indicator, but not to actually turn your headlights on. And then you move your thing the second time to turn on your actual headlights. That's going to be when they stay on. So you have a constant light for these, and then you have like your blinker light. So the white and green on the driver's side is going to be your blinker wire. On the opposite side, you're going to have a black, a white and yellow, and a white and brown. If you have a JK, I think it's white and pink, but for this one it's going to be white and brown, and that's going to be the wire that we're going to tap into. So driver's side, white and green, passenger side, white and brown. So let's start wiring these. Get this wire. What you're gonna do, there's gonna be a hole right here. It's right on the side right here. You're gonna put the wire down there. Just put it down there. It's gonna fall down here on this side. You're gonna be able to reach through on this side. You're gonna be able to reach through, and the wire is gonna be dangling right here. You're gonna grab it, just pull it, push it up, and put it through here. Just keep pulling it through. You don't need a whole lot on the top. So we're gonna stop right here, and then we're gonna come and just measure, because what we're gonna be connecting to is the green wire. So we have that. We'll pull a little bit more through, just like that, and then we're going to be tapping into this wire right here. So I'm going to make a cut like around here. So you always want a little bit more than you actually need, just in case. So I'm going to grab this. Whoop, thought it was the other one. We're going to snip the wire. Bam. And this is what's left from the 25 feet that we use. So depending, you have to be strategic on the way that you wire so that you have enough. But I wasn't really strategic. I just went with the flow. All right. So now we're gonna need another male connector. So a little pack there came in handy. So we're having a male connector. We're gonna have to splice this and connect it, make the connection, and then we'll be plugging in to right there. That's what we're gonna do first. Just gonna grab the splice. I'm gonna use 16. You don't have to splice that much. I'm gonna squeeze, twist, and pull it off. Now I'm gonna twist this up a little bit and push it through. Make sure it comes out the top just a little bit. And remember what I said, these have 3 dots for different gauges. This is blue, so we're gonna use the blue one. I'm gonna go in the front, squeeze. And then we're gonna go in the back. And squeeze. Your connection should be done. Should be nice and snug. Give it a little pull. Seems okay. So now we're gonna take this little green wire, which is our turn signal. We're gonna take this male and connect it into the female disconnects. Just like that. And then when we're done, we'll electrical tape that up, make it look nice and pretty. So now we're gonna come down to this one over here. Sometimes it falls out, it's not a big deal. Just grab it, pull it through. So now I'm gonna put this in place, pull on it a little bit, and then I'm gonna make another cut here because I don't need that much. And grab this just so it doesn't fall. So now what we're gonna do, oh, that stays there. I'm gonna grab these. So these are quick splices. I bought a container of them just because this one only came with a few. But so what you do is with our wire over here that we're gonna tap into, which is the white and green. We're gonna splice this end. This one is gonna go in the middle, or like the right side, like that. And then this white and green wire right here is gonna go on the outside. And you're just gonna connect it in there just like that. Push it all the way through. It's a little hard. Just make sure it gets all the way through. There we go. Snapped in. Let me push this back a little bit. Alright, now we're gonna splice our red wire again. Alright, now that's spliced. I'm gonna take it. Make sure this one is on the open side. I'm gonna take this part and push it, twist it up a little bit, just so that it goes in nice and easy. I'm gonna push this through on the other side. It's always always good to see if you actually have it through there. It looks like it's through. Then we're gonna take some needle nose pliers and push down on this and connect it. Okay, push down on both sides, just make sure the connection is good. And we're gonna close it. So then push this in. We're gonna test it really quick, make sure everything is running good. All right, so now I have the battery connected, and we're gonna see if everything that we did with the quick splices, if we got the right wire and everything worked out. That's our DRLs. There we go. They're integrated, looking nice. Worked out perfectly.